How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I wanted to make a video about why I don't believe in sniper entries. Now this might be a more controversial video or one that people maybe might disagree with, and that's okay, because if you have a reason as to why you disagree with me, just put it in the comments and I'd love to hear your side of it as well. But for me, I'm going to be making a video about why I don't really care about getting the most sniper entries and why I'm not that fussed about getting it to the pit. And so if you're interested in seeing why this isn't the case and why I believe that you should focus more on other things and not sniper entries, then this is the video for you. So without further ado, I'm going to start by explaining why I don't believe in sniper entries. So why do I not believe in sniper entries, and why do I think you shouldn't worry about trying to get them? Well, the first reason I have is the fact that if your direction is wrong, it doesn't matter how good your entry is, you will get stopped out. Now, what I mean by that is, say you're, buying and you're trying to catch a reversal, or you're trying to get a sell entry, for example. And I'll show this on the charts so that you can see what I'm talking about. But say you catch an entry for a sell in an uptrend that you've not really looked at, or you don't really know how to look at because you don't understand market structure. And if you don't, then there's a link to my Telegram in the description where I make full in-depth videos as to how I read market structure as well as the rest of my strategy. But yeah, you get this sniper entry, it's to the pip, it's precisioned, you have no drawdown and it instantly goes into profit. Well, what is going to happen after a while is, obviously because it's an uptrend, you are going to get stopped out. So cool, you got the screenshot of your 1 pip entry with no drawdown and you're this precision god. But if you don't have the right direction, or if you don't do the other bits correctly, such as looking at liquidity, such as looking at market direction and all the other things, you're going to be stopped out regardless of how good your entry is. So instead of wasting time, trying to find these entry models that are so precise, work on improving where you're going to be getting your entry, the overall direction of the market, and just generally the wider things that are more important, in my opinion, in Forex. Now, the second reason why I disagree with sniper entries and why I think you shouldn't focus on them is they take up too much time and you can potentially lose out on setups. Now, what I mean by this is, say this is something that I used to struggle with when I used to be trading, SMC and ICT and all of that sort of stuff. I used to refine my entry so much, I'd be dropping to the 5 minute, I'd be dropping to the 1 minute, to the 30 second or whatever to try and get the best entry possible. And what I ended up finding was I'd either miss the setup completely because I'd be like, oh, it could reach just here, or it could get to just here. And then if it does that, then I'll enter. Or there'd be another thing to analyze, and you'd just get so caught up, you'd be in a low time frame. You'd be looking for like 8 things to get the best entry possible. You would be, finding new things and new things and new things to keep adding. That would basically mean you'd have all these confluences that if not all of them are ticked, you're not getting in it. And overall, you're just going to end up missing trades. You're not going to be, looking at the charts correctly. And say you have a setup that's really good that maybe only happens once a month. If you're worried about trying to get to the pip entries and you miss it, then you're going to be waiting ages again for that setup. Now, I'd just like to make it clear, I'm not saying don't get good entries. Of course, don't enter, where you end up having 50% drawdown or anything like that. Aim for good entries, and there's ways to get good entries. But all I'm saying is don't worry about trying to get it as tightly and as precise as possible, because in the grand scheme of things, that's a waste of time. And I think time is actually something that's really important in Forex, because people want to make money really quickly and they want to do it the quickest way possible. But realistically, in my opinion, say you have a year that you want to learn Forex trading in. So you want to learn Forex within a year. It's not possible, but say that's your goal. If you dedicate most of your time to learning how to get the best entries and not to how to read the market direction and how to know where the market wants to go, that whole year is going to be wasted. Because cool, you can get an amazing entry, but you're never going to be on the right side of the market. As I said, this isn't me saying that you shouldn't get good entries. Of course, you should get good entries. You should aim to get entries that do give you as little drawdown as possible, but there are ways to get them without having to have these 8 different confluences on these lower time frames that allow you to get the 1 pip entries. I just think personally it's a waste of time, and I think you can trade more effectively and you can make more money if you just worry about getting the right direction without worrying about getting the precise entry. So yeah, that's a quick video, I guess, on why I don't believe in sniper entries and why I don't think you should worry about them per se. Sniper entries, they are more likely to be missed, you know, they are harder and they take more time to get into. If you have to drop time frames and have all these confluences, I think you can miss setups. I think that it's just not relevant. I think it's sort of one of these things that people push as like a flex or something that you need to be able to do. But really, do you think bankers care or institutions care if they're getting entries on a 30-second, you know, breaker block? Like, they don't look at that. They don't trade like that. They just buy in the direction or sell in the direction that they believe price is going to go. Sure, they try and get their best entries possible, hence they drive price up into a premium for a sell and down price into a discount for a buy, but they really aren't fussed about getting these 1 pip entries that SMC and other people like to push. Aim for good entries, have a good entry method, but please don't waste lots of time stressing about trying to get these 1 pip entries or these sniper entries, because in my opinion it really is just a waste of your time. And all I'm about here on this channel is trying to make the process and the journey as easy as it is for you. You know, you can learn from my mistakes. As I said, I wasted a lot of time on this stuff when I was learning it, and so I don't want you to make the same mistake I did, and so that's why I've made this video. But yeah, if you disagree with me for whatever reason, you know, you can put it in the comments, or if you agree with me, let me know in the comments as well. I really appreciate all of you watching the video and subscribing, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.